Hey, good evening. 12 a.m. Wednesday, January 8th, 4 days after Independence Day. Adding area objects. Like room objects, areas need a closed boundary in order to be placed, and they have properties to which you can add attributes that are taggable. You can have any number of areas visible in an area plan, but unlike rooms, areas can be seen and tagged only in area plans. In this exercise, you will place area objects within the boundaries you created in the previous exercise. On the Room and Area panel, on the Architectural tab, choose the Area tool. The Area tool places an area in a manner similar to placing a room. And it gives you a boundary area with a large X in it. The area of the space bound by the purple boundary lines will be reported as part of the area tag. Excuse me. Place areas in each of the zones defined by boundary lines. I don't believe these are really zones. We'll get to those, but they're saying they're zones. The book. Place areas in each of the zones defined by the boundary lines in the level 1 floor plan for usable area. As you can see, look. It's smart. Isn't that pretty cool? How it kind of knows. In each zone defined by the plans in the level 1 plan, usable area. Place areas in each of the zones defined by the boundary lines in level 1 floor plan for usable area. To modify the names of the areas, you can select the area object and then modify the name in the properties palette. Or you can select the area tag, click the name, then type the new value, change the names of the areas to offices, lobby, and services. Offices, lobby, and services. Offices, lobby, and look, it's doubling up. It's doubling up because we didn't select the room separator. We didn't select the room separator. You see what this thing did? It made us, it tricked us. It tricked us. This is saying that this, no it didn't. No it didn't. I take that back. If I do that area again, you'll see it didn't trip us up. Let me undo this a second. Area. Let's do it again. Area here. Area. There's 1. Here's right. There's 2, and here's... No, it's doubling up because of that one. Because I missed it in the previous exercise. That's what I get for Russian. Area boundary. Let's see if I can get that over here. Okay, hopefully that works. Okay, good. There it is. It's encompassed. Now that it's encompassed the perimeter of that area, we can call that one service. Now we have offices, lobby, and service. So let's go to the service area first and do exactly what it says. Go here. You can either click the label or the area. I don't see the parameter to change the name, but you can actually change it here. You can say, does it say support? Support. And then we could say over here, we could say offices over there, and then we could say lobby over here. Lobby Congress this way. Lobby Congress this way. Lobby Congress, lobby Congress, lobby Congress. Stimulus, stimulus, stimulus. Lobby this way, lobby this way. I gotta quit smoking. Offices, lobby, and services as shown on the screen. Select the offices area. Area tag. Well, I can't, right? Because in the visibility graphics, in this view template, we can't see them. Let's go to the view template now. Number of views with this view template assigned 3. Visibility graphics override. Areas. Can we see them? No. Reference. Turn it on so you can see it, right? Can't see it. Because it's off in the view template. And if the view template wasn't applied to it, we would have to go to view and then change it to visibility graphics because there's no template or visibility graphics within the properties palette. But being that the area template or the area plan template has been applied to this view, it's overriding all of that. So select, if I can, is a tab 3 there. area. It's selected. You can't select it, you can't see it, right? Or in some cases you can, like a masking view or a masking region, you can select even if you can't see it. But in this case, it helps when you have the reference for the area turned on so you can select it. Or you'll get the floor, or you'll get the tag, and then you won't be able to follow along. Like I do lots of times. Happens to me all the time. All right, so yeah, select the offices area, not the tag. And in the properties palette, change the area type property to office area. Area type property to office area. Now this is kind of cool. They only have a couple loaded. There's a lot. There is a lot. Area type. Blah, 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 blah. To office area. Apply. Select the services area and change its area type property to building common. Support services area, support area, if I can get it. If you can't get it, you can tab until you get it. Because it wants you to select the floor. And there's, draw order, there you go, draw order is select the AutoCAD command. You know what, I'm sorry. I have to, I gotta go back to AutoCAD for a second. I just want to double check on something. It irritates. Like this is like the 6th time that I forgot the nomenclature for the AutoCAD equivalent of that. Not draw order. It's select. I'll get it in a second. Just give me a minute. All right. So once AutoCAD opens up, I'll show you that too. Just give me a minute for AutoCAD to burn in. AutoCAD MEP, that is. Okay. So yeah, building common areas. So let me start drawing real quick in AutoCAD too. Just give me a second. Where is it? There it is. Selection cycling. Selection cycling. God damn it. I've been, in AutoCAD, its equivalent is relatively it's called selection cycling, where when you have something that's right on top of something else, whether it's beneath it, coexistent with it, on the same plane, or if it's above it or below it, you'll be able to select either of them, any of them. If there's 10 of them existing at different elevations, but they exist right on top of one another, you're always going to select the top one unless you cycle through the selection set. All right, so that's the concept behind that. Selection cycling. Lord knows, same concept. This is selection cycling. So, yeah, cycling, right? Cycling. Bipolar disorder also manifests itself in cycles. It's true. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Okay, so this type of industry could drive you to drink, just like people. It could drive you to drink. This guy's driving me up the wall. All right, so now, that being said, we got that down. Service area. Select the services area, tab, building common area, which it is. Now, notice that some of the area boundaries change to different wall faces as the area type property is modified. This behavior is based on the BOMA area measurement standards and is dependent on either allowing Revit to automatically assign area boundaries or using the apply area rules option when you are placing boundaries yourself. So let's notice that. Go to architecture, go to area boundary, apply area rules. Notice that some of the area boundaries change to different wall faces as the area type property is modified. This behavior is based on the BOMA area measurement standards and is dependent on either allowing Revit to automatically assign area boundaries or using the apply area rules option when you are placing the boundaries yourself. And only because I'm inquisitive, so go to the Manage tab for a second. I just want to go to additional settings and see something. Okay, that's just some knowledge. All right, so yeah, let's just see that. If I was to undo, let's just see if indeed anything changed. I didn't notice the boundary shift based on any BOMA standard when this support room was changed to a common building area to change the calculation. Nor did I notice if it happened over here. But let's just take a look. If I was to go back to this area and take a look at a building common area, if I was to change this to major vertical penetration, Yes, you see the shift? You see that shift? Yeah, sure enough, it did shift based on a BOMA standard, right? It was based on a BOMA standard. That particular boundary computation was extended a little bit. It was a vertical penetration, so you gained square footage based on that selection, right? All right, so that's exactly what that said. Again, I'm smart. Not like everybody says, I'm smart. I can handle things. All right, so let's just double check this back to building common area. Yes, but did it say something for lobby? I don't remember saying anything for lobby. I don't remember it actually saying anything for lobby. It said offices, yeah. The lobby is building common area. Let's do it again. Let's see store area, if there's any change, if there's any shift. Yes, store area. If you come over here and notice that when I changed lobby, it changed here. Isn't that fascinating? Isn't that fascinating? Do you still want to use AutoCAD LT in your architectural firm? Yes or no? Take a vote. Your board meeting that you're having right now. Take a vote. Do you still want to use AutoCAD LT? Or you want to select that line and list it and look at it and say, well, the math says that the perimeter for that section, oh wait, it's a polyline. Oh wait, no, it's a series of polylines. We're going to have to make it one polyline. Then we have to select it. And then we have to see what the perimeter is of that polyline. Oh, wait a second. We wanted to check, make it vertical penetration. Oh, wait a second. No, but the polyline goes to this wall. Oh, wait a second. Let's explode the polyline. Let's move the polyline. Let's draw another polyline. Let's just bullshit the owner of the company instead, so he don't fucking know. And we'll keep our jobs. Anyway, you keep doing it that way. Whatever floats your boat. You know what that message is for, right? Yeah. So notice that some of the area boundaries change to different wall faces in the area type property when the area type property is modified. This behavior is based on the BOMA area measurement standards and is dependent on either line. You have to automatically assign area boundaries or using the apply area rules option when you are placing the boundaries yourselves. Rooms are not visible in the area plans. Based on the settings in the view template properties provided in the sample project. If you do not turn on the visibility of rooms in area plans, you may mistakenly select the room object instead of an area. If you do not turn off the visibility of rooms in area plans, you may mistakenly select a room object instead of an area. Always be sure to check the type selector to verify that you have selected an area or a room. The type selector. The type selector. Type selector. I call this patio. They call it plaza. Okay, learn something new every day. Pavilion. Deleting areas. As you complete this exercise, you may accidentally place an area outside the boundaries of the design, or you may place two areas within the same space. First, realize that you must delete the area, not just the area tag, to remove the area element. However, the area actually remains in your project. You are prompted with a warning as shown here. Warning. An area was deleted from all model views but still remains in this project. The area can be removed from any schedule or placed back in the model using the area command. Okay, well, architecture, area. Let's try it. Multiple areas are in the same enclosed region. The correct area and perimeter will be assigned to one area and the others will display redundant area. You should separate the regions, delete the extra areas, or move them into different regions. Expand. Warning. You see it up here. Areas, area, lobby 2, number 2, ID, full, everything's addressable, man. Everything exists in time and space. Everything is addressable. An IP address, if you will, right? To a certain extent. A unique identifier. Everything is unique. Oh, I wax poetic. Let's undo that, shall we? Okay, so, yeah, that is important to note. To completely remove an area from your project, you must remove it from an area schedule. The and level properties of deleted areas are shown in the schedule as not placed. You can pick these rows in a schedule and choose delete from the rows panel of the ribbon. Let's do that again. To completely remove an area from your project, you must remove it from an area's schedule. The area and level properties of deleted areas are shown in the schedule as not placed. You can pick these rows in a schedule and choose delete from the row panels of the ribbon. Well, we haven't created a schedule yet. I hope I do. I really do that they get into schedules. Now they do, but do they speak about an area's schedule? Hold that thought. Creating a room schedule. And formatting, sorting, grouping. Making a wall schedule, making an area schedule. Okay, so we're going to get there. Let's not do it now, because you know me. I'll go off on a tangent and try to do it myself. Anyway, experiment. You'll find things that no one needs to teach you sometimes. Sometimes you can teach yourself certain things, and certain things you'll need to be taught. Certain things you'll need to be taught. In any event, you probably use more coffee. Now, where are we? The next step in our area plan is to follow steps. Up or down? Are we over the hill yet? Am I over the hill? Is to follow steps similar to those for level 1. Activate the level 2 area plan. For usable area. And place areas in the zones defined by the area boundaries. Well, there's that one. That would be a duplicate. That would be a duplicate, right? There's no room separator. This whole thing is considered an area, this core, if you will. And then we have this support area. We name the areas as office, circulation, and services. Circulation, right? Stairs. Offices. Now again, hold on a second. There's 2 ways to do this. By clicking the area and the name. You can do it there or you can do it in the tag. So this is offices. If you can spell it right. Offices. If I select this area, this is support, right? Support or services. Support was downstairs. This is services. And click out of there, you get it. And then this one, tab, is, let me see something. It's already there, services. No, your sister. Circulation isn't there, is it? Nope, I have to type it in myself. Once you type in, it becomes available to pull down if you have multiple times that area exists. So if you have multiple support services of the building, you have to place a lot of areas. Once you type it in once, you'll be selectable from the pull-down selector. So this is circulation. Okay, we got that. Good. Circulation. Boom. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Select the offices area and change the area type property to office area. Same thing, right? Select the offices tab and change it to offices area. Okay. Select the circulation area, change major vertical penetration. Again, this plays a part in fire alarm. This is going to play a part in fire alarm. You'll see. Major vertical penetration. Major vertical penetration. 7 kids. Oh my God. You want to talk about penetration? Can't say that in school. Okay, so there's that. Select the services area and change the area type to common building area. Who would date a guy with 7 kids? I know I wouldn't. It's like baggage. Building common area. So I sprinkle in all sorts of little tidbits. Select the area tag for services. And from the options bar, activate the leader setting. This will allow you to move the tag away from the area object without generating a warning. With the service area tag still selected, move it outside the area boundary lines and adjust the leader line as necessary. But it didn't give it an arrowhead last time. I wasn't too happy about that. And I don't see it because I don't have the tag. I don't see the arrowhead, and that's kind of, Is there an arrowhead in there? Now take a look. You get 2 grips. Now, even I don't really know right from the second which one I'm going to get. So if I grab that grip, you got to be able to grab the grip. Hold on, select that. Well, you can drag, there's the drag command, right? There's the drag command, so that'll alleviate that. Oh, so we get a dot. It's a dot instead of an arrowhead. And you can change that, but it's going to change it for all of them. Look, here's the arrowhead. I'll give you a quick one. Here's a 30-degree arrowhead filled, if you want to do that way, right? Boom, quick. No styles, none of that crap, right? All that dimension style crap in AutoCAD architecture. A little simpler. But again, it's a type, right? It's a family, a tag family, and there are types, right? And you can change the type. This area, tag, type. All right, so that's that. I'll leave it as an arrow. It's not going to hurt nobody. All right, so yeah, that was the leader line is necessary. Modifying area plans. Okay, modifying area plans. Like rooms, areas can be modified at any time during the design process. They will be adjusted automatically if the boundary lines are locked to a wall or other element that has been moved as a part of the design, or they can be modified manually. If you delete an area line, you'll get the warning message shown. If you delete an area line, you'll get the warning message shown. This message tells you that you have removed one or more boundary lines for an area and the software can no longer calculate the area. Now, I think they should have wrote that as such. If you delete an area boundary line, you'll get the warning message shown. Because like what about you thinking, what are you talking about? This line or this line? So if you delete one of them, you get an error message. Let's see. Boom. Multiple. You know what, Mike? You are so silly. You stupid Pollock. I should have moved this years ago from behind my big head so you could see all these error warnings. It was a mistake on my part because now, by default, it'll move. When it pops up, it'll be there instead of behind my head, hidden from you. Now that you can visually see the warning box pop up, you'll be able to understand a little more. You'll get lots of warnings along the way. So just make a note of that. Okay, so multiple areas in the same enclosed region because I just opened it up and now it encompasses 2 areas. So let's get rid of that. Let's undo it. Let's keep it the way it is. Okay, so, and the software can no longer calculate the area. If you're in the midst of modifying a space, finish your modifications and replace any area lines that you've deleted or removed as part of the design change. Once the area is completely bound, it will recalculate the space. In this section, you've created an area plan that will give you a graphic representation of the space you've defined within the boundary lines. But what if you want to show the same information in a spreadsheet format? All you need to do is set up a view type in the model that allows you to look at the same information in tabular format. For this, you can use a schedule. Now, this is a real-world scenario for a BIM manager. This wire is intended to reach the BIM management portion of the audience, if there even is one. I'm begging to talk to myself. Ow, my knee just cracked. You ever do that? Ooh, that hurt. Working with area plans on large projects. On a large project where our client was a government agency, our team was required to create many different area schemes to comply with the documentation deliverables. These area schemes included gross floor area, rentable area, and individual department areas. Because the project was so large in overall area and number of spaces, performance of our Revit project file was suffering. Because the software was simultaneously analyzing the parametric relationships between all the physical building elements while maintaining all the calculations in our area plans for each of the area schemes. To alleviate some of the degraded performance, we decided to create a separate project file onto which we linked our architectural model. In this file, we recreated the required area schemes, area objects, and area plans. Even the sheets dedicated to the area calculations were created in the project file. Although this approach improved the performance of the main architectural model, there were some limitations. The main limitation was that we could not use the pick walls method to assign the area boundaries to the walls in the length model. Thus, the apply area rules option did not function, which required us to manage the area boundaries manually in relation to their associated walls. A little extra work. If you decide to pursue this method of working with area plans on large projects, consider the work involved against the benefits gained in performance before you decide to implement it. Well, what you could do, what's the main theme of that passage? The main theme of that passage, I'll read it to you. This is the important part of it. Because the project was so large in overall area and number of spaces, performance of our Revit project file was suffering because the software was simultaneously analyzing the parametric relationship between all the physical building elements while maintaining all the calculations in our area plans for each of the area schemes. Well, you should have bought a better pipe. Maybe you should have leased a dark fiber from a competitive local internet service provider to interconnect your hub in Tokyo to your hub in, Mar-a-Lago. That would have helped. Or you could have went to Dell or Microsoft, and you could have had a talk with them folks. You could have maybe gave IBM a call, and they could have said, you know what, instead of going through all that horseshit, why don't we provide you a solution that'll give you more of a powerful platform to perform this quantum computing endeavor that it is that you're trying to do. And that would have alleviated a lot of it too. So yeah, I guess you could have did it that way too. So there's lots of ways to skin a cat, right?